What about? All right.
Let's go on ahead and begin right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. I want to go on ahead and bring in our guests. Hold on just a second. Rocco, see if
Alexa,
you can.
stop. All right.
Let me see if you can. Yeah, here you go.
All right.
All right, guys, we are on here, of course, with King Rocco in the building, myself, DJ GFire, and our guest, the princess of reggae music, Nadine Sutherland. How you doing this evening?
I'm fine, thank you. You're seeing me?
Yeah, man. We got you. We
Well,
got you, man. We got
let's
you.
just
We not
assume that
look
I
What
good.
am.
happened is that you guys know, as I said before, me and my techie challenge situation, but I pressed couple things and I seen myself, so I know you seen me.
All right then.
Well, don't worry yourself, right? Me sure they can hear you.
All right, cool like that.
All right. So what's going on, Nadine? How was your day today, man?
My day was pretty good. I'm alive. My family is alive. There's no drama that happened today so far, so I'm very happy.
Are you still
Been
in the
I
Big
know
busy.
that's
Apple?
right. Keep it drama
Pardon?
free.
Are you still in the Big Apple?
I am still in the Big Apple. I
All
came off
right.
my
Represent,
Thanksgiving.
represent. Which borough you
Yeah.
in?
Which
Which
what?
borough? What borough
Which
Oh,
are
which
you
borough?
in?
bar I'm in? I'm in Queens.
All
Queens.
right.
Big up all my Queens
Big,
people,
big,
them, you
Big
big,
know.
up
big
all of the
Jamaican
Queens,
population in
man.
Queens.
Big up all of New York City, Tri-State.
All
Big up, big
right,
up, big up,
all
big up,
right,
big
all
up.
right. You know, New York is my state, man. As I tell people, there ain't no way in America better than New York.
New York is the place to be.
Big Apple. I tell you, concrete jungle indeed, indeed. So, yeah, Nadine, welcome to the Friday Night Vibes right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. With me, your man, King Rocco, and we got DJ GFire all the way in North Carolina, to be exact. All right. So, tell us a little about Nadine Sutherland, man. I mean, who is Nadine Sutherland?
Yeah, we got a lot of people out here that may not know who she is.
Oh, okay. Who am I? I'm a Jamaican. How should I describe myself? I'm a Jamaican singer, and I say Jamaican singer because I think I embody all genre of Jamaican music, and with all of its influences. I start we start publicly when I was 11 when I won TC Talent Contest in 1979. I am counting now. How many years am I gonna know?
That's
Going into
about
my 42nd
79 to
years.
2021. That's
Yeah,
about
yeah, yeah. And started
41.
as a little girl. I was a child star in Jamaica.
Four decades
One,
strong.
hmm?
I'd say about 4 decades strong.
Yeah, man, may I go on, may I go on, may I go on. God knows, sometimes I'll pinch myself and wonder, much time
It's 4 decades strong and still look good, right? Sure about
believe
that.
music. Music
Still
coming
sound
like a
good, so
dysfunctional relationship with a man. Believe music come much time and come right back to music. Like music, like music choose me. Much time I run got music, me can't but I'm like, then kick me out, then beat me up, then spit me out, and I'm still here. So
All
that's it. But I started winning Tasty Talent contest, got a recording contract with Tough Gun Records.
right,
That Bob Marley basically had an idea of helping young artists, and I benefited from that.
right.
And my career started. It was a schoolgirl, went through high school, and then became like a young woman, and then came the 90s, and my career is ups and down. But hey, 42 years, going 42 years, that is something that I'm extremely proud of. So
Beautiful, beautiful. So tell us, man. I mean, what part of Jamaica you were born?
I was born in Kingston, but I grew up in the country, a place called Above Rocks. So
Mm.
that's where I grew up. But I identify really with being a country girl.
You're a country
I
girl.
every fiber of me identify with the hills of St. Catherine.
You know what I say? Country girl can cook, country girl can clean, country girl can do
You don't
everything.
know. You don't know.
Everything.
Talk it, because it's
Everything
culture.
country girl can do.
Yeah, we don't know about bashment. We know what things, man. We can't cook, we
Man, you know,
can't
say it's
clean.
all them tongue girl who can cook, who can wash. Listen to Nadine
They
right now.
know
She
about
come
the
from
tongue. They don't
country.
know. Me don't know what well, me know say me that for learn to cook and clean. Country girl, them you don't know.
me have
Yeah.
to do, me have to do one some. You know, one not trophy, girl.
Yeah, man, yeah,
Country
man.
girl, we want a woman we know for do the things them.
Boy, you don't see it?
Yeah, man.
You don't see it? So tell us, Nadine. So you win the competition back in 1979 and you were
Hmm.
part of Tough Gang record, right? I reckon that's Bob Marley label, right?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, great, great. So tell us, man. I mean, you actually, you actually come under the wings of a legend, the great Nestor Marley. What was that feeling like, man?
I never spent a lot of time with Bob, but I know that I benefited from his dream. I know my first recording, he was there, and that was something that I treasure. He was there and was putting me on a stool, looking out for me, and
Mm-hmm.
I really will always, I've had several other experiences with him, but I was a kid. We never really associate a lot, but I am right now in awe of who he is, what he represents to the world, that my life journey in the beginning of my career, he touched mine, and I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful that he was such a big-hearted human being, that he
Mm-hmm.
would think about his start and how hard it was for him, and just wanting it to be better for people like me, who after 42 years from the start that he gave me as a young girl, with all the ups and downs that my career has brought me, I am still here. He gave me an opportunity, and he said, and I think he said, run with it, run
Mm.
with it. And I
Excellent.
think
Excellent.
that after 42 years, I am
Mm-hmm.
still here, not only here, but I was able to go back to school and do my master's and study cultural study that involved him in Caribbean cultural study. So it's just a circle of always his spirit being in my life. And I'm just very thankful right now.
I,
I
I, I,
stand
I
on his
could.
shoulder, and I am very, very aware of the shoulders that I stand on. So I'm extremely conscientious of the stuff that I do, because I
Mhm.
will always remember the gong.
I could imagine when Bob Marley passed away, that probably must have been really difficult for you.
It wasn't, because I was a kid.
You as a kid.
Right.
That's
Marley,
right.
I that was like almost like
She would have.
a
She would have been 13, right?
13 years
right.
old.
So I never spent much time with him. I saw people crying. I saw Marcia Griffiths crying. I saw everybody crying, people grieving. But for me, it was I felt the sadness, but I
But you couldn't
remember
process
this
it.
thing. Right. There's a lot of things with him I didn't process. As a high school kid, so,
Mm-hmm.
I really wasn't processing a lot of stuff. But after the years went by, when I look back at it and I could process how people, oh my God, I remember distinctly when Bob passed and I went to Tough Gong, the building actually, I felt the sadness that was there. I
Right.
actually felt the building grieving. I swear
Mm.
to God, the physical building, his presence. You knew when I used to go to Tough Gong as a girl, you knew
Right.
when Bob Marley was there.
Wow.
Like, you step in and business is going on when he's on tour. But you see, when he's there, as you step into that gate, it's like the whole building lit up with his essence and presence.
Even though as a child you could have felt that present.
As a child, I knew when Bob Marley was there. Like the
Beautiful.
whole vibe, zung, zung. That's how charisma. I don't know. That's the whole essence of what Bob was. So when he transitioned to the ancestors,
Mm-hmm.
I actually, when I stepped into Tough Gong, I felt like, to me, in my childness, in my childhood lenses, I felt like the building was crying.
Mm. So
That's how powerful it was.
Wow.
that's amazing.
And
So
because
what
if
are
you
some
find
of the unique challenges that you faced, early in your career in a male dominated industry?
Well, I think there were definitely predators, you know. There were definitely that. There were definitely other people who basically
People
was
looking
not,
for a good time rather than good music.
well, that's some sick shit oh God, whatever.
Right.
Me, I said, if a man is looking at a little girl that is not even having breasts as a good time, then he needs to be institutionalized. Fortunately, my father was there, and he was watching out for me, and he was like, you touch my daughter, I'll mince you. As I always hear a woman say the other day. So there was two girls that were missing in Jamaica, in St. Thomas, and I would them interview a woman, and them say, she said, it was so funny. She said, yeah, man, we'll find the two girls then. No, we're gonna find him and we're gonna blend him. I said, bro. And I
I
do
know
say,
that's
Charlie,
right.
Like back in the day, just a blend him. So my father was there, the rest with the last, and if you touch me, you knew you would die. So I was spared a lot of stuff, but that did not mean that people did not have intentions.
Right.
But a lot of stuff in our society was
Hmm.
basically encouraged, which that's another discussion. And I've been extremely vocal in voicing, being an advocate of,
Hmm.
some of the stuff, some of the arms those that happen in my country
Right.
against women and
Hmm.
children. I have been a vocal
You talk about
person.
domestic violence and stuff like that.
No, no, not that too, but rape, pedophilia,
Right.
Right.
all those
But there's
stuff.
there's a chauvinistic mentality, and that's kind of where the root of it starts,
A misogynistic, but in a lot of societies that you have, hierarchical position where men is in control, then you have those kind of stuff that happen to women. Fortunately, there are a lot of women who are speaking about it right now, who are in the music industry and out of the music industry, speaking about their rape, speaking about their gang rape, speaking about pedophilia stuff, speaking about incest, some of the dirty secrets. And I basically have been very vocal for that. Not that it happened to me. I cannot say that I'm a victim of rape or anything, because as I said before, my father did have him last. Harass with the last will call him a joke and look for my daughter. So I've been fortunate where that
Why?
is.
Your daddy wouldn't hesitate to use his machete.
Yeah, and blend them.
Why?
Mince them.
So I sure you understand what she said, right? GFire in the Caribbean. They say
Listen, I'm
last.
right with you. I'm right with you.
All right, all right, all right. So I mean, what really caused you to actually to get into to go and study culture and stuff like that, man?
Cultural studies.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I was doing a TV show called Rising Stars, and Dr. Nair from the University of the West Indies stepped to me, and I always wanted to go back to school. Always wanted to go back to school. I felt that I was a child star, so basically, I don't think it was anything that I thought of. It's just that whole society was, it's just like, all right, go on to music. I felt that if there were people, mind was broader, I could been a scholar and a musician at the same time. So I always aspired to go back to school. So Dr. Naya came to me and she said, I think you're very smart. There's a program right now that is available at University of the West Indies that is allowing access to um, performers, people in the cultural industry, which includes music, film, and all of that. And you can go and get your master's, but you have to have had the basic education, which thank God I did. And I went on and I did some courses, undergraduate courses, aced that, and was promoted to do the masters. So that's just what happened. That's how I got back into school to do cultural studies.
Excellent, excellent. So when did you, really feel like, because you started so young, when did you really feel like, you were really finding not only yourself personally, but within the music industry? Sorry about that.
Do you ever think that you ever find yourself? Isn't that a work in progress?
Well,
I am still finding myself. I'm still growing as a human being. I'm still growing artistically. I'm still growing as a woman. In some sense, I think being in this age, I think I have you live with yourself for so long, you kind of have a little idea, but you don't know what life is going to bring. But right now, um, I don't know. Life is an evolution and a journey.
yeah,
So it's
yeah, I guess I
always
was thinking like, when you're young, the direction maybe of your music and your artistry is still kind of determined, maybe by different people around you, or
I got you. I
maybe
got
by your
you.
dad. And then
I got
you get to a point where it's like, you know what, this is my dream, this is my destiny. When do you think you kind of reach that pinnacle point?
Can I tell you something? That's a great question. Because at
Appreciate
one
that.
stage of my life, I thought it was determined by people. When I thought, with the tough gang stage, a lot of roots and culture. I'm like, oh my God. And then, you became in your 20s and you're like, dancehall, skin out, broke out. But
Right.
then I realized, but then I realized in my life that all of those influences have contributed to me musically. I sing R&B and all that, and then I reached to a stage, and I'm like, it's not either or. I feel very roots.
Right.
I feel very dancehall. I feel in all of my influences are so me, and I'm like, why should I allow anybody to dictate who I am musically?
Right. And that's
So
what I'm
that's
getting at right
a
there.
great question because I understand where you're coming from right then. So I understand, So right now, in terms of me, that's why when you notice when I started, I
Right.
say I'm a Jamaican artist. And don't expand, so, oh, I'm a dancer, I'm a reggae artist, I'm this, I'm four. I just say I'm a Jamaican.
My question to you, Nadine. What
So
would you
I love
consider
that
yourself? You
question.
said you're Jamaican
That was a
artist.
cool
So
question. I
technically,
really appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Definitely. What's your question, Rocco?
yeah.
We tag teamed it, man. What you got? What you got? All right, maybe I had to take something, but
No, what I was
um,
asking, I said,
go on. You're good. What was your question?
continue. I'm gonna get back to that. Continue.
All right, cool, cool. So, um, when because I know you say you, but we still really didn't get to that point where it's like what like if you can because I know sometimes like songs and music they kind of have memories attached to them, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes you have this song that kind of symbolizes like your first love, or you have this song that kind of symbolizes different things. And so what was kind of like that pinnacle song for you where it's like, you know what, this song, it doesn't sound like what Tough Gong wants me to
Mhm.
be, it doesn't sound like what this person wants me to be, it sounds like me.
Babyface.
mm, I tell you what.
Babyface. Babyface, I'm gonna tell you, I was listening to a lot of R&B. I was listening to Lisa Fisher, Whitney Houston. I was in my R&B groove. I felt I was listening to a lot of gospel music. Just remember that stage of my life, and I think Babyface really was reflective of where I was in terms of my development, in terms of my vocals. It was a defining moment in terms of how I was singing, the soul, you know. I think Babyface really was a moment in time. We're getting stronger. When I listen to that performance, listen to the tone, that's when I think that Nadine Sutherland, the adult, the singer that is known for my soul, known for my voice, Babyface was the song.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you like when I listen to music that you put out, it's not just like you say, it's not just reggae, or it has this soulful feel to it, you know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good time to get into this track right now. Let's get into this
You
baby
know what,
face.
GFire? Before
What's
we
up?
do that, I think Nadine, she sent me a new song. What song you would like us to get into, Nadine? You want to introduce a new song? Because I'm telling you,
We can
this
do
is
Actually,
that
I
too.
like
Yeah,
what you
bet.
were saying in terms of getting into Babyface, since we're talking about it.
boy.
Yeah,
You know that's
yeah.
my song, right? You know that's my song. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
we got a new song for Nadine, but you know what? Let's get into the Babyface song, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
I really want to, because this is, this is key here. It's like I said, you have songs that are attached to like certain parts of your life that
Yes,
define,
absolutely,
pinnacle moments. And so I want to kind of let's go on this journey and really get into this track right here. This is
absolutely.
Babyface, of course, by Nadine Sutherland, right here on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Friday Night Vibes.
Yes, indeed. Just want to say hello to all of our Facebook listeners, wherever you're locked in. We got New York in the house. We got Kingston, Jamaica. We got South Africa in the house as well, to Trinidad and Tobago. All right.
So we're still on Facebook Live, but you guys are in my headset right now, so you're not
Yeah,
live on
we're
the.
live. We're live. We're live in the
Yeah,
mix, man. I like this song,
that's
man.
beautiful.
Beautiful song, man. Pull it up. Friday Night Vibes, UBC Radio with me, your man King Rocco in the building, and DJ GFire. And we have the princess, the princess in the business. Nadine Sutherland.
UBC Radio.
You got a cute baby face. This is for my baby face. Yeah. No, listen now. We have so many things in common. Yet we are two different people. We just love being around each other. Yet we give each other space to grow. Step by step, we are getting stronger. Breath by breath, we are learning about each other. I don't know where this will go, but I'm so glad we are taking it slow. This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face. This is for my baby face. A certain mystique is there when we are together. The air is so charged and everything seems so fine. Wherever this leads, I'm willing to follow. Just lead me gently by my hand. Step by step, we are getting stronger. Breath by breath, we are learning about each other. One more time, I don't know where this will go, but I am so glad we are taking it slow. Baby face, you got a cute baby face. Baby face. We're getting stronger and stronger every day. I'm so blessed that you are in my life, my baby, my sweet baby. People may have things to say about us, you make me so happy, and I know I do the same for you. We will ignore all the rumors and backbiting, 'cause we know that what we feel is all so true. You for me and I for you. There's nothing more that we can do. This is for my baby face. You got a cute baby face. My baby face.
Babyface right there on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together. Sweet,
Yes,
soulful reggae
indeed.
music, or maybe we can just call it sweet, soulful Nadine Sutherland. Because, like she
Soulful.
said,
It
it's
is
not
soulful.
reggae. It's not R&B. It's
No.
Nadine Sutherland, right?
GFire,
That's
let me
the
tell you something
pinnacle
right
track.
now.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something right. It's the
So thanks
music
so
like
much
that. You know,
for sharing that memory with us. You know what I'm saying?
you know, music like that, where it come from? It comes straight from the heart, right?
That's right, man.
Nadine, tell us, man, what was the mode like when you wrote that song?
I was just like consumed with R&B music. I was listening because I think that the R&B singers of that time were some of the best vocalists the world has ever seen. The Whitney
Oh yeah,
Houstons, the Lisa Fisher, the Anita Bakers, the Melissa. I don't remember Melissa. What's her last name? But there was like, it's not like what now where you don't really hear R&B. It's like almost every
Right.
single day was a new R&B singer, and they
yeah.
were so
You had Lisa
good. They had
Stansfield. You had
range. Oh my God. Lisa
Yeah.
yeah,
Stanfield, they had range beyond. It's not like a one person.
SWV. Whew.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
the big one, man. Atlantic Star and all of these. Oh
Incredible
man.
singers were unleashed on the world. And you listen to them and you just like, oh, and the slurs and
Mm,
but it wasn't
And runs are
R&B went
crazy.
to a stage that there was a over slurring. You hear the vocals, you hear the range, you hear voices that just were unreal.
right,
And I
right,
was just like I just like pulled into it and pulled also in my roots and my culture because I coming from the Bob Marley and roots and culture music. So
right.
reggae music and dancehall music in my blood, but also I was deeply influenced at that time. And I think that's when Nadine Sutherland, the adult, and my sound that I have became embedded in the consciousness of listeners. It's like, oh, it's not like the little girl. When they heard
Right.
when they are baby face now, they're like,
Babyface.
yo,
All right. You know what?
There's a
Recently I
maturity.
played a
Yeah.
song. I played a song back with you when I think that was back in 1970 or 1980. Man, I heard this little child. I was like, you know what? Oh my gosh, she sounds so beautiful. I was
yes,
listening. I was listening to Nadine Sutherland in 1980. And Nadine, I mean, when I first recognized you, that was back in We're gonna play that song just now. Back in 1994. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Ooh.
I was a kid at that time. I can tell you this. But you know what? Oh my gosh, man, that was a bomb. I mean, house party,
Yeah.
karaoke. People try to sing that song. In every block, you go in the car wash. That song is
Hmm.
playing. Oh man, you know what? You know what song is that? Big, big, big. So we're
yeah.
gonna get to that just now, Nadine. So tell us, man. So I mean, we know you put a lot of record out there, but for some time, I mean, Nadine Sutherland was a little silent. What Nadine Sutherland been doing behind the scene?
Getting our degree.
I was about to say living her best life, but
uh,
Becoming degree with doing a lot of stuff, doing my TV show. I've had a
mhm.
full life apart from it's now, I spoke to somebody from and he's like, you're putting out records now, and I'm so happy because he was, him New York chatty and the stuff that I did for Mad Professor know him here and Bad Card. And I was saying to him that I have new songs coming out. He was like, do you understand how your fans felt deprived? I was like, I never knew
Yeah.
anybody was listening out for me. But it's nice to know that, my silence was felt. There was a time I wasn't feeling music. I wasn't
Mm,
feeling, I never knew where I was, where I belonged to. It was
mm.
just like too many things happening and I just never
Right.
felt, I just never felt it. No, I am
Hmm.
feeling it. It's just like I'm feeling like how I felt when when I was doing Babyface and I like who like it, don't like it, who don't like it. And
Right.
I think that is connecting also because when you do music from that space, an organic space, it's different from you do music from a contrived space.
Basically, we're just
When
going
it
through a
becomes,
phase. You were just going through a phase at that time in your life.
yeah, because when it becomes for me, when you start think about who will like it or whatsoever, and you're trying to modify your sound, you're trying to
right.
modify, make it something like a formula, and you don't feel it from your soul. It becomes
Right.
a very
Earlier we talked about validation, from other
Yeah.
people.
right. It just
Hmm.
becomes something that it's not organic, it's not pure. And I think right now it's just like I find a vibe and I'm enjoying myself and I don't know how long it will last for. I'm not an artist, yeah, I like money. I want some right now. But the thing about it is that
Hmm.
I have to be happy in my space when I do music.
Absolutely. 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 So tell us, Nadine, tell us a little secret right now. Only myself and GFire can hear you. Nobody else out there can hear you. Where's the huzzy?
That don't come yet.
Really?
I'm not waiting in vain for anybody's love. If it comes, it comes. But I am very happy with my life. I've always, you reach a stage, you have love in your life,
Mm.
and a love of my family, love of my, I have a lot of love in my life.
You got
I
kids?
wouldn't want anybody to come to disrupt that. If
Right.
anybody comes is supporting that and is adding to that, then it's
Straight.
wonderful. But if you're coming to disrupt, I don't need
Right.
that. Unfortunately, but my aunt and I were speaking, and us women, if you don't have a man in your life, you're not validated. That
Crazy, isn't
narrative
it?
is gone.
That's
If you
crazy,
don't,
isn't it?
yeah, but back in the days, people settle for. relationship that aged them, and they were unhappy. When I know that, you add something to my life. Where you gonna come do now? Come pop down my life now after my work so hard.
Yeah,
Remember,
it's
some my
true.
Right,
father did have a
exactly.
blessing, and you get mine too.
No, no children. No children.
No, well, I don't have any biological, but I have a lot of children,
Oh,
and
okay.
I've
It
nurtured
takes
a
a village.
lot of children. I've grown a lot of children, including my siblings, and I know have nieces and nephews. So biology is one thing, but a mother is more than biology. And I've mothered, I've
Abs-
mothered, I've babed.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before you move on to the next question, G5, so tell us, man. I mean, I can't remember G5 actually asked you that question a while ago because the internet was kind of cracking up. But I mean, what are some of the most memorable time in your life?
Yeah, that's what we just talked about.
Oh, okay, great. Where in the
There
world
might
have
be
you up
more.
gone
Hey,
before?
I only uncovered one. So
There's several.
I'm
If I
sure there's
go
a
to
lot.
all
I'm
the
sure there's a lot in that box,
my
Nadine.
memorable times in my life would you would it would go until like we start today's Friday, we go like forever. I will be talking and you'll be sleeping or wake up.
All right, all right, all right,
I,
all right. But
I've had several memorable time in my life, and it's not only
mhm,
musically. I
right.
mean, it's just like I have, right now, even like
Hmm.
the last couple of years, in
Right.
terms of one of the stuff that I've been thinking is just making memories. So I'm trying to make every moment memorable. A woman who is an elder said that to me. She said, make memories, make every moment memorable, because
True.
when sometimes in your life that's all you'll have.
Absolutely
So
in it.
I have been trying to live life from a more fuller and more appreciative perspective, try to
Right,
celebrate each
right,
moment. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, every second you try to make it to be memorable. So
right.
music and big things in life and is one thing, but if you don't have joy and peace, that is separate from that, because music can bring you sadness also. Success comes with a lot of stuff. And
True.
it comes with a public life that sometimes can mash you down with the rumor mongering and all of that. So I know that, I love my music and it brings me joy, and connecting with my fans do bring me joy, and
So
sometimes I can't even connect with them because, they
Nadine, you
have
said something
to
quite
be.
interesting. Success kind of mash up your life sometimes. So is it safe to say this is one of the things? Sometimes you see a lot of artists, they just decide to just go on the DL instead of always being in the spotlight because of the attention. I mean, it's kind of difficult to really
It's not only
sometimes.
even attention. Is You see what has happened to fame is that back in the
Hmm.
days, Hollywood, to
Hmm.
make money, they have made normal people in these bigger than life figure. But they had to do that
Mm.
and make you that in that person, because you wouldn't come to their movies or buy their music. Unfortunately, those bigger than life people are human beings seeking love, wanting validation, wanting connection. And some people cannot see the person as that. They can't see you as a human being. The celebrity culture,
Right.
they just only see you as a celebrity. So they don't treat you with that kind of person. Now you can get, even if you get in the zone that you believe that you are
Right.
this thing that is not a human being, and that's
Hmm.
such an unhealthy and destructive space to be in. So you're like walking around, some people treat you like that until one day you crash, and then you realize that I don't want this. I want human, real connection. So
That
when you
that's
yeah,
put
that's
that,
interesting. Hmm.
if you
yeah, because
exalt yourself
an
to that,
idol an idol can only be an object. You know what I'm
exactly,
saying?
not a human being.
Hmm.
So
It
in
cannot
terms,
so if an idol is a human being, that human being can only be objectified. You see what I'm saying?
True.
right?
True.
So the
True.
next thing is that you have tons of money and you have this fame, and you don't even have one person you can go ball to. You
But
can't ball to your money.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's
Like
So
you
tough.
feel like
some
you can still
people,
feel like
so
emptiness within.
exactly, and you have
Mm.
to like, do you want that emptiness? So it's almost like, I think celebrity culture have changed now. I see people having friends, or you have friends between each other, and people understanding that you need a human element. So I've seen the
Right.
evolution of celebrity culture, and also a person can see you and appreciate your music, but understand you're a human being and be your best friend and your supporter and all that. So you have those dynamics changing, you know. But even for some people, you have to be well, for me, you have to be careful of who you have in your life, because some want to be up. Some people are take your own light and say it's theirs.
I have a question here for you.
Crazy how some people view celebrity. So you have to be
What,
very careful how you navigate it.
interestingly, what is image in the music industry?
Well, image to me can be a construction, or you can start live it.
Hmm.
But right now, image to me, my image is me. It's too
Hmm.
much to have an image.
Interested. What I would
It's
like
too
to know
much
is,
to have an image. It's okay. I mean,
mhm,
it's okay to have an image, but sometimes I think it's too much to have an image.
mm,
Right? Yeah,
Well,
you can lose your
I think
authentic self with having an image.
so. To argue it a little bit, maybe not so much image, but there are certain things you need to do, to preserve your image, right? Um,
mhm,
because one of the things is that you can have talent, but you don't have any character. You
mhm,
know what I'm saying? And so, you know,
mhm,
it's important to preserve that talent with character. That's the only way you can preserve your quote unquote image. And an image is not always, an outward appearance or what people should expect, but an image is what you expect of yourself. You know what I'm saying?
absolutely.
As well,
Well, I
so-
appreciate it, what you expect of yourself, which is something, as I said, you show up in your authentic self, and that's the image of yourself, and you show up. But do remember, there are some images that are constructed
Right.
for
right,
you
right.
to act in that zone. I agree with you with that point. But some images are constructed. Like, say you are a country girl, and the image that the record company construct for you is the sexual vixen, the sex
Mm,
vixen. And you have
mhm,
to step
Yeah.
into that vixen
Because one of
role.
the things, one of the things, I just put it out there because as part of my image.
go on, man.
As a blind person, I used to collect, and I still do. But I used to buy like the hard copies of like all the Reggae Gold albums and stuff.
Hmm.
And I had different people, to look at the albums, and I'm thinking, being that I can't see what the cover looked like, I'm thinking that you have like different, beach pictures or different things like that. But 9 times out of 10, it's really pictures of women on these, CDs with, them barely wearing anything, and it's crazy. But
Oh, yes.
so it's like wow, like that's crazy. But there
Yeah,
again, it
but
goes back to image. You're thinking in your mind, in your mind's eye, because you can't see the cover to say, well, maybe they have a picture of like, different scenes in Jamaica, or they have pictures of this or that. But no, they actually just have picture of some, woman barely wearing anything on the front cover. So, but they figure that's the image that sells the music.
oh yeah, and I'm sure it sold some. It sold a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, the irony in that, like you say, some images are constructed, right? So how did you, as an artist, how did you, what did you do, or how did you control the image that was, uh, you know, constructed, for you?
True.
How did you kind of work through that?
And a lot of, to tell the truth, I was everything that came out where I'm concerned was a reflective of me. There's nothing
Hmm.
that I never wanted my imaging to be overtly sexual, because I
Right.
felt like it would have taken from my singing.
Right.
I'm a dancer, so I dance a lot, which is my true authentic self. But everything that was reflective of me, imaging,
Hmm.
as I said before, was me. There's nothing that, even the music that I sang,
Hmm.
it was me. There's
Right.
nothing that I felt ashamed of, or anybody. They were forcing me at one time to do certain stuff, not forcing me, they
Right.
suggested. And
Right.
I was strong enough in myself to say, I am uncomfortable with this direction. So a lot of
Right.
That people saying, some people think I'm boring. Some people need some more raunchiness. It was just not me. And I felt and I believe that if I stood in
Hmm.
my truth, my tribe would come to me. My friends will come to me. I would,
Absolutely.
and I stood in my truth. I don't know how much fans I have, probably, but
Well, I'll tell
hey.
you this. I've been your fan from 1994.
Thank you. I always
All
say to
right.
myself, if one person like me, it's a true person that at least is a person that like me for the truth of who I am.
All right. I love you, Nadine. We all love you. You got a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
fans around
definitely.
the
For
world.
sure. For sure.
But you know what? Before we get into the next track, G5, you know what? I want you to line up that track. You know what? Should we go to Snow and Nadine, or should we go to good old Buju and Nadine? I think we got the one with Terra Fabulous and Nadine, and I think we
Yeah,
got Buju
yeah.
and Nadine. All
That's
right. All right. You know what?
I
I'm
got
gonna ask that
action.
question
I
to
got
my back.
like the
Let us
house
get into
party
this
theme
track.
song lined up right now. So
All right.
that's what I got lined up.
All right, good people. You're listening to the Friday Night Vibes right here on UVC Radio, the sound of binding us together with me, your man King Rocco in the building, and GFire. And we got the princess in the business, in the music business, that of course, that is the one and only Nadine Sutherland. Let's get into it right now. Just want to say special good morning, special good evening to South Africa. We got you locked on right now. All right. All right, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, turn it up. Good. Pull it up, pull it up. Friday Night Vibes.
Talking sheep, baby.
Hell yeah. Hey. No work, man, watch the time. I know in a joke when she will want the wine. You call me on the phone. I know what I'm talking, angel, come down. And now I want you home. I tell Johnny, come in and use the stone. Action. Atabaga sweet. Looking at the garden, Rocco. Action. Atabaga sweet. Looking at the garden, Rocco. I need some action. Tender satisfaction. Big up to all the ladies that we're locked in right now, boy. I tell you.
This the joint right here, man.
Man, this song is wicked, y'all. Wicked, man. Wow. Loving the falling rain, sweet loving the free, loving the free, loving the falling rain, sweet loving the mix of our brain. Hey, 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 hey. If I love you, don't be no affection. Sweet talking, tender kiss. No one want to come to your father's. Can you erase my pain? I'm going right over, so now they just be aware of me. Action. I talk about the sweet. Don't be the girl them no. Action. I talk about the sweet. Don't be the girl them no. I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is going. Can you?
Yo, Facebook Live, we're jamming right now.
I need some action. Tender satisfaction. My chemistry is going. Can you? Big tune, big tune, yo.
Big tune.
Big tune, man.
can't mash it up. You have to finesse it, you know.
Well, I tell you.
Take your time.
Why can't a tree is blowing? Can you cause a change?
Yeah, man. Of course, of course. I tell you
Why?
the ultimate, one of the biggest dancehall
Vegas.
anthems of the century.
Man, let me tell you something
Got to
right
be
now.
action. Got to be.
Let me tell you something right now, man. I remember, one of the reason I remember back in the year, I think it was in, Nadine, that was in 94.
That was 94. Yep.
Yeah, 94. I remember that, man. I made this song. Man, I was living in Guyana. Man, this song was huge, huge, huge. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you this right now. That was about 28, what, 27, 28 years, that song? But tell you
Oh,
this.
yeah.
I know, right? Action is going in its 30th year and it's still so popular.
Oh,
Still, like,
man.
it's like one
Man.
of the, I think it's one of the biggest dancehall anthems ever. One of, you know,
I mean, that's
it's
how I knew Nadine
transcended.
Sutherland, you know.
Yeah, it's
Action.
transcended from one of the biggest dancehall to one of the biggest reggae because it has stayed and survived throughout the years. Like you go anywhere in America
Oh,
and they
yeah.
want to play a dancehall reggae set, Action is definitely one of the songs that will be played. So it's just like
Absolutely.
crazy.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, it's like I was telling, I think I told Nadine that a couple of days ago. I spoke to her. A friend of mine in Chicago said she was asking about West Indian music and stuff like. So, are you into West Indian music? I said, what, tell me one West Indian song you know. She started singing Action. I was like, oh man. She said that's the only
Yeah.
one she know. Because
She
the
struck
brother,
gold.
she said her brother used to always play that in the stereo. You know, back in the 1990s, the old CD thing. Yeah, she said that was
You was
big.
something if you had one of those CD, one of them CD changers, one of them 5-6 disc CD changers.
Oh man,
You could
yeah.
shuffle all the CDs like that.
Man, this look, big up all the artists them that is on that rhythm. But you know what? Y'all may think I'm biased. No love lost right now. I'm telling y'all listening. In my opinion, this song by Nadine, the Action song, is the biggest song on that rhythm.
Well, here's the thing we got to look at, right? Is that rhythm is chiefly it's a dancehall rhythm, but she add, you know, the soul to the record. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, adding her authentic self to the record. That's what really makes the record the record.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it was just natural, man. It was just natural. You know what, GFire? All right, before we even get back to Nadine, let us get into the one with Snow and Nadine. What about that?
Well,
that's
let's
one
go
of
on.
my from 1995. This is, man, listen to me, man. I grew up in the 1990s, but I'm telling you this right now, good people. This was one of my big songs from the 1990s as well, too. All right, let's get into this song.
Tell you what, let's drop it.
All right. Turn up the volume right now. Friday Night Vibes. Nadine Sutherland in the building, good people. Hey. Pull it up. You want this woman, you ready? Hey. I tell you, big up yourself, good people, wherever you guys locked on right now. This is the Friday Night Vibes with me, your man King Rocco and DJ GFire. We got Nadine Sutherland. That's the princess in the business, in the music business, y'all. Y'all know what it is, right? All right.
Vibes it up.
Turn it up. What's up? So tell me no.
Whoa.
Terror. Terror Providence, yeah.
So much of them we sing a song from the bottom of the yard because we should feel so much from me I go to that. Home in a middle of a part and me come back. Natural African girl, she cool and she black. With a lot of tenderness to make the tempo kick.
Yeah, man.
When you know bring a bunch of roses, when people them say I just want to go roses. To them not understand why no business. Tell them to mind you know.
Big song, man.
Big chill. I want to say greetings to the Facebook Live family, all the listeners around the world on UVC Radio, the sound that binds us together.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Vibes
From near
it
and
up.
far, whoever you are. This is the Friday Night Vibes right on UVC Radio.
Vibes it up.
What? It's all about the vibes. It's all about the vibes. It's all about the Friday Night Vibes.
Bye bye.
So go watch the big bugger It's all about love, love it is all about. Simmer, bells in the earth, remember we don't.
Man.
This woman, you're welcome.
Stand out, man. Man. Let me tell you something right now, good people. This is one of the most biggest songs, I would say, way back in 1995. I mean, you know, they say nothing can be about the 90s dancehall, but you see, this is just authentic, man. Nadine, tell us about this song. How do you connect with Snow?
I was signed with Elektra at the same time he was signed to Elektra. Is it Elektra? East West Elektra, yes. And when Action became a hit, I was signed and I was supposed to be the next artist and boss. So Snow already was. I don't know. He had a number one song in the States, Informer. He was coming out with an album, so they're like, okay, to get me out there, they, we did the original. I'll do anything for you, which was all right. But when they did this remix, oh my God, it just took off. It was ridiculous.
We got about 4 or 5 artists in that rhythm. We got Beanie Man, we got Snow, we got Terra Fabulous, we got the Princess herself, Nadine Sutherland. Who else do we got? We got Buju on that rhythm too, right?
Buju was on
And
it.
is that Michael Rose as well?
Michael Rose?
No, Michael Rose wasn't on it.
No, that was a Michael Rose. So 5 of you on that rhythm, on that song, in anything song.
Beanie Man, Buju Banton, Terra Fabulous, Louis Culture Knox. Did I say Buju Banton and Nadine Sutherland?
Yeah.
Oh my golly, man, that is massive. That is massive, man. What is the feedback you get out there from that song? I mean, 20
Well,
something years later, that song is still alive.
it was a massive.
It
I
was. It's
mean,
still massive, Nadine. What are you
that
talking
you see the
about?
funny thing, that song still drop and mash up the place. Because the rhythm was so infectious. The heart was in it.
Hmm.
So yeah.
And I love your vocals in that man. What do you think, G-Fire?
Oh yeah, like I said before, you know what I'm saying? That's really what puts the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? You can have a good cake, but you gotta have the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? So that's what does it. And one thing about it, what she ends up doing on these records is really, gives them, like, if she's if she's the icing, it's like the flavor just trickles down through the rest of the cake. You know what I'm saying? So by the time you're done with it, it's gold right there. You,
You
you
got
can't get
strawberry, you got everything in it. Black cake, everything. Everything, Nadine. Nadine, yo, listen, listen. I know you say you're not a late night person, all right? But I'm
I'm
sure you
not.
enjoy. I'm sure you're enjoying this. Do you? Do you want to run?
Kind of. My eyes are closing down.
Oh, all right. We're not going to keep you long. We're not
Bravo,
going to keep you
you're too funny. You say you do
all
dance
right.
song. You say you dance.
I
No,
would
I
say
did not.
if if you are soon to move on, one thing we want to do is definitely introduce this track here that should just come out.
Hold on, G5. We got a new song from Nadine.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
yes.
what I'm talking about.
All right. Well, you know what? Go on, brother. Go on. Let's get into
Great
it.
minds think alike. You know how this works.
Absolutely, isn't it? Let's get into it right now.
All right. So Nadine, you want to introduce this?
Introduce the song, Nadine.
Here's my new song that I love so much. It's called Bad Cad with me featuring DJ Liquid. This song means a lot to me. This song was my heart song to the people of the world in terms of what we're growing through right now. I know with everything that's happening, and you might draw a bad card, but I do believe that life can change for the good. So big up
Mm-hmm.
all the people them of the world, big up Massive and Crew, the New York people, them people of the world who is listening right now. I know
Mm-hmm.
say things did kind of rough. Things was hard and horrible, and we
Oh
lose a
yeah.
lot of people.
Yeah,
But no,
man.
bad card because we can life can change and
True.
life will change for the better.
True. True.
Believe
True.
And to
yeah.
not to take up too much time, but maybe 25 to 30 seconds. One thing, the pandemic has been really hard, but UVC radio is something that really has birthed out of the pandemic. For us,
Absolutely.
this our big project. You know what I'm saying? Is like, how do we connect people? Connect some of the best broadcasters and DJs from around the world with their favorite
Absolutely.
artists and fans. You know what I'm saying? And for us, this is how you take something. I hate to put it this way, but you capitalize off of a crisis. You know what I'm saying? You have to learn that even in crisis
Yeah.
situations, something
Yeah.
good can still come out of it. And
In
with
every
that being
dark
said,
cloud,
to the track.
anybody over granny, what the granny used to say, in every dark cloud, Nadine, there is a silver lining. You know that.
Silver lining, and
Come on,
a part
Nadine.
of my
You come from
song,
the
a part of
country,
my
Nadine.
song actually attest to that. I
You
said
come.
Queen Mind says, every storm run with a rain.
Come on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Let's get into the
basically,
track because you know why? When we come back, we want Nadine did a 45-second or 30-second of a little something for us. All right, let's get into this track right now.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right. All right, the people, this is Nadine Sutherland in the building. New track.
No matter what, but can you join the game? Life can sway.
She still sound good, y'all.
This sound good. She have what it takes, man. I tell you. Pull it up.
UVC Radio.
When up in a year can happen in a day. No matter what, but can you join the game? Life can sway. Cause you got what it takes. Yes, it will but hold the faith. You got what it takes. Every step we're not to green by yourself.
Hold the faith, because me know life rough. Get to youth live up, and don't give up. Hold the faith, because the hill looks steep. Put on your Gideon boot and do it. We not give up, no time, no day, no way. Jose me say, tell them move and make my face and clear the way. And when me life depend, yo, me not stray. Tell the selector to make this song play.
Been through the fire, we go through the flame. All we have to do is we'll come again, yo. If we navigate stormy with the yes, we're not quitting, no, we will never go lose today. Keep going back away. The mysteries of life, I just always stay. Sometimes they happen, we don't understand, but we know say that good is still in the plans, yo. What happened in a year can happen in a day. No matter what, but God, you draw the game of life can sway. Cause you got what it takes. Yes, it's rough, but hold the faith.
Tell them say.
You got what it takes. Every step we're not to be green by yourself. We have to be flexible, we go through the seasons of life. Sometimes it brings peace, sometimes it brings strife. Sometimes it knocks you down, but we are gonna rebound. We hold in the vision that's gonna turn around.
From your wake up this morning, you see a new day. Give thanks for life. You with it, you can't play. Father, drop out the rhythm, make them hear what me I say. Nadine, sing same way.
When it happen in a year, can happen in a day. No matter what, like God, you draw the game of life can sway. Cause you got what it takes. Yes, it's rough, but hold the faith. You got what it takes. Every step we're not to clean by yourself.
Big tune right there. Brand
Yes,
new Nadine
indeed.
featuring DJ Liquid.
Yeah, you know what? We put this song in rotation, man. We got to get this song in rotation.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We got to get this song in rotation. Yeah.
Say no more. It's already there.
All right. We got it in rotation already. Lovely. All right. We're gonna get some great
Put that.
play. Big song. So Nadine, what I want,
Mhm.
what the world, what us, myself and GFire would love you to do right now. Can you give us that nice, beautiful, authentic Nadine Sutherland? We know Nadine Sutherland is the yesterday and the today. She still sound the same. Nothing has changed. Give us a little something, man.
Okay, one of the songs that people really like. Okay. I'm in love. I'm in love. I'm in love. I can see the rainbow. I'm getting married tomorrow. Friends says take it slow. They say I'm in love with a stranger. Cause he's the kind of man that pays attention. He makes me feel a woman. I know people like that song. I mean,
Yeah, man.
yes.
Man, lady, you still sound
Yo.
beautiful,
Yeah.
man. Oh my God. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow. Beautiful. Nadine, man, I know you tell me a couple of days ago when you and I spoke, you don't stay up late night. But you know what? I mean, don't take my head for this. We cannot allow Nadine Sutherland come into the studio and just give a little pion something. Real thing right now. It's been a pleasure working with you this evening, Nadine.
Thank you
Definitely.
so very much for having me. And I'm going to charge you for the overtime because I want to.
you
It was
you
such a
gotta say it.
pleasure. Nice. I mean, it was such a pleasure. And I really want to thank you for a nice interview.
You got it.
you're
You
most
got it. Well, thank
welcome.
you so much for contributing to what we're doing here. And we definitely want to continue to contribute to what you're doing. So, speaking of that, how can people find your music real quick?
Absolutely. Okay, we do.
How
Yeah,
can people
sure.
find you? Are there any particular causes that you run, that people could contribute to?
Not right now, but you put an idea in my head. I'm going to definitely, because I'm very much, you
Mhm,
know, all people can do for me right
mhm.
here and now is be more loving to each other, to be
True.
more loving to the environment.
True.
I'm a serious environmentalist. And
Beautiful.
I think that when we destroy the earth, we destroy ourselves, because everything we destroy, the trees and the carbon dioxide that we breathe, the oxygen that we breathe in, and the exchanges between us, we're destroying ourselves. Be
True.
gentler with each other. Money is not everything. You
True.
need
True.
human beings, and we have to become more aware that when we, because each one, you're destroying yourself when you destroy everything else. So
So
that's what you can do for me right now. If anybody want to do, give me a gift. Love each other more. Love the environment more. Treat each other with respect. That's the greatest gift you can give
Love
to
one
me.
people
And
So
one.
also
there's
search
anybody
for
out there
my
you would like to
music
shout
and buy
out?
them. Apart from searching for my music, they're all on stream and iTunes. Anybody want to shout out the whole world? I mean, I think that we've had some very hard times. I'm respectful that a lot of us,
Mm-hmm.
decided to fight and survive.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect people for wanting to
True.
fight through this.
True.
It's been some really hard times we have experienced. And I just pray for everybody to, rebound. We draw a bad card, but you've got what it takes. Life can change. So I want to shout out to the people of the world who are listening.
And as
Yep.
long I'm alive, I'm gonna continue to push Nadine Sutherland music.
You don't know, for
How
real.
you talk, Nadine? How you talk, my man?
Oh.
Real thing, man. Maybe I follow you from 94.
Man, and
All
I
right?
appreciate it. Yeah,
All
man. Enough
right.
love here.
Enough
Peace and
love,
love.
Oh yeah,
Take
Nadine.
for
care.
sure.
Respect,
Thanks
bro.
for having me.
Please.
We're gonna get you
Thank you
this
so
interview
much.
soon. The
Yeah, man.
recording. Peace.